You came in hot. You came in. Thank you, Mom. Mom is defending me. She said that's a low blow. Ladies and gentlemen, Shaky Gurga is here in the building. It's Thanksgiving time, baby. It's Thanksgiving time. Woo! Unk is here.
Okay,
What is that?
I got a Thanksgiving present for you. Okay?
You do? Okay. Oh my God.
How much do you love this?
I
know you're a big fan of Hunter Biden.
I know. This reminds me of one of the first.
I'll get you a new one.
No, it's fine. I like it. Did you guys make this? Is it your merch?
Yeah.
You made a free Hunter.
Come on, that's pretty good.
No, it's sick.
You know who came up with that idea?
Who?
I did.
I love that. Okay.
Free Hunter, baby. Who do you think's gonna pardon Hunter? No one, Joe, or Donald?
I don't know. I feel like Joe could possibly do it, but he respects norms and civility too much almost in his like weird twisted way. But also his mental faculties have declined dramatically over the years, so maybe he could still pull through. I don't think Trump would do it though.
I think Trump would do it, but I think Joe's gonna do it because Papa Joe's in a no given time in his life. So I think he's at the point where he's like, yeah, my kid, yeah, I'm freeing him. Shut the fuck up. Okay,
so before we get started, you might be confused as to why we're calling you Shaky Gurga.
Yes.
And a lot of people in the past has, said your name incorrectly. It's been very frustrating for myself, but I'm sure it's been somewhat frustrating for you. Maybe you're used to it. But I had actually never heard this version of your name. And when we first heard it, we were like, this is it. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard. And now we refer to you as Shaky Gurga. Let's take a look. The original TikTok, I think. Oh, is this it?
You appear to have a crush on HasanAbi. Is that correct?
Yes, if he ever watches this, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
For being on here, he hates it.
Why?
Okay.
He's a socialist and he knows the formula of the podcast. I'm not going to go into, you understand.
It's possible that because he's such a low-tier, lowbrow debater.
He's not a debater, and he's been very clear that he doesn't. He's not a debate lord.
Because he's literally a moron, so it doesn't surprise me he can't debate.
I completely disagree.
He's literally a moron. He is not intelligent enough to destroy women in the marketplace of ideas and remind them of their position in society. Unlike me. I love these guys.
He sounds super credible so far.
I love these guys so much. They don't know how much I love them because you're just basically debating the position that you're an unfuckable loser. Like that's the only thing that you're signaling to every single person where you're like, I've destroyed this female in the marketplace of ideas. My interlocutors have been owned. It's like, okay,
it's not usually a winning formula for getting chicks.
Yeah, it's anyway.
Disagree. He doesn't say that he's the smartest person. He's an internet personality who
is connected to Shaky Gurga.
A political commentator.
Did you hear that?
Who is connected to Shaky Gurga.
Look, man. So look, when I played high school football, we had this hilarious public access would carry the games, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we had these announcers, and the coach had put on pads, and he's kind of a young guy. Later was like involved in like a Supreme Court decision, etc. But he's like, all right, I'm going to participate in the practice, and anybody can hit me. He comes across the middle, and I lay him out, right? And so coach hated me. I don't know if that's why he hated me or not. But the announcers in the game, I crunch somebody coming over the middle, and they tell the story about how I hit the coach, and they go, that's Cenk Uygur. He'll hit anybody. Yeah, but we've heard that one before, like chunky yogurt. Charlie Kirk famously once called you a slur. Did he? No, he just said chink.
Well, he said it with so much stink on it that it sounds exactly like when you say a chink in someone's armor. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. That's funny. He said Cenk. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I don't know if he intended it or not. I doubt he intended it.
Yeah.
But anyways.
He didn't. Yeah. I don't think he was trying to say.
No, I don't think he was trying to say that. You think Charlie Kirk knows the Turks are originally Central Asian? And
No.
So
but, Sync is a good one. Sync is a great one.
Joe Manchin called me Jenks throughout the interview. Hey, Jenks.
That's awesome.
So it is in fact
famously.
I live like a capitalist every single day, Cenk. I live like a capitalist every single day, Cenk.
Have you never seen this? Every time.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, every time he gets more racist, his face gets smaller. Yeah, that like
That's
if his
a normal
face,
face.
seemingly, if his face was like 110%, like if his face was 10% larger, like he would
I
be
live like a capitalist every
like
single day.
literally
Cenk.
like 7 to 10% larger. He has a normal face.
Okay, so on the other hand, if we're talking about head to body ratio, well, then we're
Don't even. Yo, that's out of line. That is out of line, dude. You're coming
we
in.
start out ad hominem.
You came in hot. You came in. Thank you, Mom. Mom is defending me. She said that's a low blow. That's crazy that you came in and you hit me where it hurts the most, my tiny head. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I wish I had tiny body parts.
I'm sorry that I am, brolic as. And I have a normal head, but my shoulders are so ginormous that it makes my head look small in comparison, even though it's a normal size head. So this was a fun moment as well. You had this. We'll show your highlight reel here. Shaky Gurga gets into a fight with Allan Lichtman. The people love this shit. Okay, I love this shit as well. I've made fun of Allan Lichtman before, like before the election, where I was like, because a lot of liberals would come into my chat and be like, but the 13 keys, like he knows how to turn him. I'm like, he made it up. Like you can't, like there is no hard science here. He made up, like he tried to make like a scientific equation for why he was going to be consistently, he's going to be consistently successful at predicting the outcome of elections. And it is ridiculous to look at that. It's like no different than, those famous like octopus that always choose the right
he's totally
right
the
candidate
octopus.
ahead of time. Yeah. It's like Mudang.
It's like the cat that falls. If he falls on his left side going down the stairs, then the Republican wins, and falls on his right side. It's nonsense. It's been nonsense from day one.
But yeah, here.
Sorry, but I totally disagree with Juan and Professor Lichtman. Don't blame the voters. I think, look, we could get into this discussion, but Juan, I think you're blaming the voters. I think that's a terrible idea. Look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right. He was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
couldn't
not
find
right,
them
and
before
I
the
was
election.
not wrong, and that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You know what's a cheap shot? Why do you have Justin Bieber hair? That's a real cheap shot. Get a different.
But seriously, that's important because at that point, I actually did not do any cheap shot. I just reiterated what he had said in the beginning, that he was wrong, right? So he admitted he was wrong, and I said, look, you were wrong, and I was right. That's all. That's not a cheap shot. Later, there are cheap shots because he started interrupting me, which is a very bad idea.
Yeah, he should have. You should have cheapened the shots, is what I'm saying. You could have hit him on the hair thing. Like, I just don't understand why he has that haircut. I just, anyway.
You should not be
Who
taking
won?
cheap
Who
shots
won?
at me.
Who
You
won?
want to make your
You
point,
live
make your
in a
point.
total
Don't make it
world of
personal.
denial.
I read your own follow.
I love that. Dude, you're such a boomer. That's such like, it's amazing. It's great. You're authentically yourself. But when you went, woo,
Total authentic boomer. That's how Shaky Gurger shakes.
oh, that's so good.
Followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so let me tell you what happened there. So I debate him on Young Turks. What happens is all of the key stands show up, and so they're
The key heads, yeah.
the key heads are like, oh my God, he's so right. You don't even know that 7 keys is higher than 6 keys. And this has been so true of all people that I really, really want to win, right? So like they're total zombies. And they go into the YouTube section. Look at any of our YouTube videos. It is at least 50% trolls. And this brother thinks, maybe that's the 14th key.
Yeah, he's just
brother. No, you were just selling them Kool-Aid.
He's on copium. He's looking for. It's just funny because this is after the election, where he is like, before the election, everyone that wanted Kamala Harris to win desperately was like propping him up as this like prophetic figure, and I always thought that was ridiculous. And I think they even did a video on me early on as well, because I think his son might have been a fan of mine or something, and they were like very upset with my interpretation or my bastardization of his 13 keys analysis, right? But after the election, like, you should at least hang your head in shame. You know what I mean? You should have a little bit of decency to be like, yeah, f***ed up. Let's reinterpret this stuff. Let's figure out what's going on.
Yeah, but look, the corporate wing
What are
is
you
never going to
defending my dad's honor against Hassan Piker?
the corporate wing's never going to admit defeat.
He
They're
sounded
always
like an
gonna-
emotional and disrespectful teenager. God, Hasan is so smug and arrogant. The fact that he's one of the biggest political commentators, streamers out there with no knowledge or credibility on any political subject.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what they always say. They're like,
Yeah.
well, if you were credible and you knew enough, you would know that corporations should donate to politicians and then completely own them, and those politicians should do for you. And that's like the really credible intellectual position. Is it, brother?
He's mad that your dad put his uncle in his place. That's what this guy said.
Like you would give a shit.
I didn't even
You didn't even know we were debating.
I didn't even
right?
know you guys were duking it out.
Like I'm picturing a moment where you're like, I can't believe he did that to my uncle.
Yeah, first of all, I
would
do
never
defend you.
happen.
I do defend you. Okay. I do defend you when it's valid. And if I knew that he had come after you, I would have defended you. I don't defend you when it's not valid.
Yeah, I hear you. But the idea of you defending my honor is hilarious. But okay, keep going. You don't have to defend my honor.
Personal
Yeah,
attacks.
come find out again.
Make whatever
Okay.
point you want.
Yeah.
Don't
Look,
make
you
it
You
personal.
don't know anything. You don't know
You
anything.
attacked me
You
personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only
Okay.
been a
Can I
professor
just-
for 51 years.
On this program,
published
I've never been
13
able
books.
to finish a
How
thought.
many books have you published? No, because you're personally
Yeah.
attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to
Okay,
stand
but
for
brother,
personal
you got it
attacks.
wrong.
Say
you were
whatever you want.
preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just
Don't
finish
call
a
me
goddamn thought
stupid.
ever on this show?
No, not if you're
Okay,
personally
well,
I
you proved
admitted
it.
I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say,
What
it's
kind of
great to see
nonsense
you
is that?
Democrats
Yeah, I
all
know.
getting
Who
along
taught
so
you
well.
manners?
God, I just Piers, man. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I know he's your best bud. He's your
It's
pal.
lovely to
You
see
need
a
to
post-election
finish a
harmony as you all
goddamn
come
point.
together
We're
again.
just
Hey,
one
Allan,
right now.
shh. Hey, Allan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up?
Cook him! Cook him! Cook him! Cook his ass! Dude, I love your commentary is excellent. You said tall glass of shut up juice. You are the brownest white man on the planet, by the way.
Well,
like what you are
Others
like
have charged that.
yeah, it's just so funny that you deserve a tall glass of shut up juice is the most like, listen, pal, not the time, bucko ass take that you could have here.
You know why? Because I'm an American.
Yeah, you just deployed that shit, dude. You deployed it so hard, and it worked. You shut the fuck up.
Well, that's what the tall glass of shut up juice is for.
Yeah.
And let someone who knows what
Not
they're doing.
if you're
so
gonna
right,
personally
Piers.
attack
You're
me.
so right.
So-
We're so
Make any
unified right now.
point you
Okay.
want.
So-
I will not sit here and stand
So-
for personal attacks, for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't boost your
Blasphemy
ego
against you?
by
Who the hell are
attacking
you?
me
Are
like
you
Blasphemy. What a insane thing to say about your like demonstrably failed political method. You try to interpret the election in a way that like very clearly was wrong, and now you're saying you're a blasphemer. That's amazing.
Jesus
Just
Christ,
make your
you
points.
loser? Okay, can
Even
I?
Harry liked it. Harry loved it, dude. Harry Sasson.
You guys are missing the whole point. The people who are at fault are not other people. It is the candidate, Kamala Harris, the previous candidate, Joe Biden, Democratic Party, Democratic leadership. You guys don't want to admit that they're the problem. They're the cancer in the Democratic Party. So you blindly lash out at the voters, at information, at social media, and you want to shut down anyone who disagrees with you.
Where's the key when you jiggle the keys?
That's later. You know, that actually didn't make the viral clip, which is really funny because
Yeah.
I thought that might do it. Because in the
Elections
middle, as he was
have
talking, do you have it?
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. They pulled it out.
previously worked as pragmatic decision making on whether or not the White House party has governed well enough. And then my analysis is based upon what's changed, what's shattered the pattern of 160 years of history. So I have a base for my
Full band to you? God, Piers is such a piece of shit. Oh my God.
He knows what's good TV.
Oh my God. He is such a dickhead, dude.
analysis. I'm not just doing Monday morning quarterbacking. Cenk, you need to learn some manners.
I brought him back. Jingle jangle. Jingle jangle.
Damn, she got
So-
1.2 million views, dude. Goddamn.
Your act is getting really
I
thin.
mean, brother, I said what was going to go wrong. It did go wrong. I was right. You were wrong in this election spectacularly so with your so-called keys. And now you come and tell us not the Monday
And
morning
unlike you, I'm
quarterback?
willing to admit when I'm wrong.
Are you ever going to learn?
Unlike you.
Why I actually do that all the time. Anyway, look, they're going to bring this. So first of all, for now, leave poor Allan Lichtman alone, right?
Yeah.
He's just a civilian, whatever. Who cares? That's crazy. Why would you bother with a professor who got it wrong?
Yeah.
That's like totally irrelevant. Now, but they're going to bring him back in 2028. And more accurately, they're going to bring him back in 2027 during the primaries.
Yeah.
They're going to primaries.
They're going to
we
bring
have a progressive populist, and they have like their corporate douchebag.
No, they're
going to
bring
be like,
him-
oh, the keys.
No, they're gonna bring him back to talk about how Pete Buttigieg, Josh Shapiro, and gruesome Governor Gavin Newsom are the 3 top contenders. Maybe throw Kamala in there for a spicy people. I think her political career is done.
Oh, can I tell you why they're doing that? People are now talking about, oh, Kamala Harris might run again, like 41% of Democrats or something. I didn't see the poll, but saying that they might vote for her. Number one, they're saying that because she's famous and she just ran. So that's not a reliable number. But the interesting part is they always say that somebody might run. Like for a while, they put out a rumor after Hillary Clinton lost that Chelsea Clinton might run. They do it themselves. Why? It's to increase their market value. Because listen,
Clinton.
I know. Because if Kamala Harris says she's not going to run again, well, then her book is less interesting. She gets less for her speeches because right now, though, if she says I might run again, she might be the future president of the United States. Even if it's a 10% chance, 20% chance, the Goldman Sachs and Raytheon, et cetera, are all going to pay her for huge speeches. The book is going to sell more, et cetera. You're more marketable if you say you might run again. That's why they literally do it as a business tactic. So she's not going to run again. I got a bold prediction for you guys. Head of USC, president, dean, whatever of USC at some point, because she doesn't want any piece of this. She's so nervous.
She's not very good at this.
She's not good at it. She doesn't want to do it.
As we found out in 2019, and once again, this time around as well.
Yeah, she's got no business running. She didn't want to run. She sucks at it. All she has is talking points. That's why I said do a real primary. But of course, all the Democratic leadership yelled, no real primaries. We anoint.
In the interest of fairness, this is where I also was. Well, I'll explain my position, but I also said that I think the open primary process would spell chaos and disorder for the Democratic Party, especially so close to the actual election. And I thought because she was a blank slate, there was an opportunity there to fill that blank slate with actually somewhat good policies. Even if she's not charismatic herself, she could have still, especially after she got locked in with Tim Walz, I was like, oh, this is great. She's going to be forced to like have to defend some of these positions and inevitably maybe even move away from the tack to the right attitude that the Democrats usually have. Of course, I kept warning over and over again, if she does that, she's going to lose. And she did do that and she lost.